Now I'm in the picture, sort of.
Hey guys, it's Flouge and Tyler. We've worked some more on the game map today. We didn't want to broadcast it because it was just a lot of book writing and Book of Quail, which would be really boring and not a lot going on. We're both definitely tired. But yeah, we wanted to do just an overview of the Risk board map as it's pretty much done. All we have left is a rule book to make, which I'll be making later. It'll have a layout of most of the rules that are important. I expect I won't have every rule in there because I expect people that know about Risk kind of have a general idea of how to play it. So on the top screen here, depending on where you spawn, we've tried to make a few arrows so that you can see kind of where to start. We're debating on whether you should have a map or not in your inventory, or a place that's accessible so that you can look at the topographical and see this big arrow and be like, oh yeah, I need to start over here, kind of a thing. So here is the gamer area or gamer rooms that people will start in. There's 6 of them, so we're gonna have 6 players. You will walk into your room, and each one is color coded. There's a chest here, and you'll have white wool pieces which encompass your armies. You'll have a boat to be able to traverse on the ocean, and then you'll have a reference book that goes over what you're supposed to do during your turn, how many armies you get for how many cards or stars you turn in, things like that. So it's not overly a big book. The rule book will be bigger, but since it's so big, I will only make 1 because I don't want to make 6 copies of that. And then you'll have a door. You'll have a meeting area where everyone can kind of meet out. There's signage here, so this is just letting players know, hey, kind of take this seriously. You know, once you go beyond this point, there is no going back. So make sure you take all of your stuff. And then you can put your boats out here and start going along. You'll start out next to South America. In the middle of the board, in between Europe and North America, there's a place here for cards. So up front we have a dispensary for all of the cards. So the cards themselves aren't numbered, just that each hopper, except for the last one, takes 9 cards. And so when you hit a button, you'll get a random card that pops out, and you'll alternate between all 5 hoppers. So player 1 will use the dispenser 1, player 2 will use number 2, player 3 will use 3, and so on as you go throughout your turn, or gather your cards to start placing your armies. And to keep track of which one you're getting, to try to keep it more randomized for people so people can't cheat or anything like that, we'll have a sea lantern that's placed at the next dispenser that's supposed to be used. When you have enough star cards that you want to, or enough stars to turn in to get extra armies for the start of your turn, we have just a visual basis here. So the white is your stars, and the dark gray is how many armies you get. So if you have 2 stars, you get 2 armies. If you have 3 stars, you get 4. If you have 4 stars, you get 7, and so on and so forth. If you eventually get to well, how many is that? I think it's 10. I think this one's 10 here. So you have a bottom layer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So yeah, 6 on the bottom and 4 on the top. That's 10, and this is what 30 armies looks like. So you'll get 30 on top of that, and then place your armies and then go. So I'll go ahead and pass it off to Tyler here.
Alright, so if you'll direct your attention to the bottom screen, let's start with the outside layer. So this game that we've been doing only holds up to 6 people, but as you know, any map can hold up to 8 people. So we are going to make stairs that lead up to the top of the ceiling here so that the other two people can be spectators, so that they can see the action that's going on throughout the map. So before I tell you a little bit about my part, I'll just do a quick overview of the map. So let's go a little bit higher, and of course, since the map is so big, we definitely won't be able to get it all. So, but we'll just be able to try and get it all in one. So here's the first front part. There's the risk with the stars, and then as you can see, there's North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Australia, and Africa. And all the continents are there, and the dice all the way in the back, and the cards in the middle, and it's all designed like the actual game board itself. Now, as we travel, if you were actually playing like a player, like my friend Flouge here said, you would go through the gate, and it doesn't matter if you were to close it or not. You would go through your room, pick up your stuff, your armies, your boat, and the reference book. It's best to look at your reference book and see how, things would be going on. Then you would grab your boat and your armies, and then you'd be ready to play. And so you're probably wondering, oh, this game has 5 dice and they randomize when you are in battle. So how does this work? Well, that was where I came into play, and that was quite a process. I was able to do it over time with a lot of redstone, repeaters, comparators, hoppers, droppers, and just a big huge system. So if you continue to have your attention, here's the attacker dice. Now if you press this button, you stop over here, you'll see that the dice, the attacker dice, was random.
Nice roll.
Yeah,
I'm screwed.
I wish I could get that all the time when I'm actually playing. And if you look back up at the top screen, my friend Flouge here is at the defender dice. So, as you saw, he rolled all 3 dice, and that's what he got. He got an 8.
So I'd lose 2.
Excuse me, not 8, but
Yeah.
7. Yeah.
So you got a 3, a 1, or no, a 3, a 2, and a 1.
Yeah.
And so I'd of course lose out.
So that's how the dice work, and so that's how you would be able to play.
Do you want to break the wall down a little bit and show them what's back there? Just so they can see.
So, oh, that's cute. There's a cow back here. And sheep. And a whole bunch of barnyard animals. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was Farmer Brown. But anyway, so this is what I had to do for over 30 times. So you can imagine how many sessions I had to do and how repetitive and tedious it was. So basically, there was a dropper. I first realized that a dispenser wasn't working. So there was a dropper, a hopper, and in the dropper, that was a hopper, I'm stupid. In the dropper, there was 1 minecart with chest and redstone. Then you go over twice. This is the far one. Not every one is the same, but this is the first one. You go up 2 and 1 comparator and then redstone. And I won't go through the whole process, but I'll skim over it and let you see how this one works. Now these are pistons right here. I probably didn't need to say that, but I did anyway. Redstone torch down, which I went down 1 block, and then redstone torch on the left side, redstone torch on the right side. As you can see, I put redstone up. There's 2 blocks going up and 1 on the left. And then I did redstone going all the way on the comparator. Yeah, that's cool.
Stick with it,
Repeater.
man.
I know, right? My brain is turning into mush now. Repeater, and then I go several more times to another repeater, several more times another repeater, and so on and so forth until I hit a redstone lantern. Now, this is the same process, like I said, for several times. And this is how you would do it for 5 dice or even more. You would just need to repeat this over and over again. So that's just a little bit on that's just a skim through on how I did the dice. I could show you guys more on another live stream when I have more time, but I just want to make this kind of faster. We do realize it's going to be, since it's Minecraft, it's going to be kind of a little bit more of a challenge and more tedious and longer when you're placing your armies, say on Alberta, and then you have a card that says, oh, well, place your one on southeastern, Asia or something, so you have to fly all the way over here and all the way over there for placing your stuff and then going all the way. But we just thought we'd try and make it more lifelike. Now, on these bridges, I decided to several miscellaneous places, since you're riding on a boat across the ocean. Of course, you're going to run into something and your boat is going to break. So, to continue with that boat riding or sailing, I decided to put miscellaneous chests all over the map in several different places, and you would get several different boat chances and opportunities. So you would just be able to grab a boat like that and continue sailing again, as you see. So a little more about the cards. I know you went over them, but let's see. I was going to say something about the cards, but I completely forgot. Oh, so when you first get the cards, you look at them and you say, oh, okay, so I got Urkatusk, and that's 2 stars. Okay, so you realize that, okay, so you collect your cards over time. So, okay, I got this card and this card. And so you realize in the game that when you collect so many cards and stars, that you turn them in and then you get a certain amount of armies. So when you want to go and do that in this game, you just go up to the hopper and drop it in. First you look at how many stars that you got. So Urkatusk, I got 1. And then Berlin, Great Britain, thank you. Great Britain, I got 1, so that's 2. And then I go ahead and put it back in the hopper. And then this one, I got Ural, so I have 4. So I don't think that would give me anything. But as you see, it would bring me back. It would bring the cards back in.
Get you 7.
Okay, cool. So as you can see, you could tell your army, and you would get extra army on top of the 3. But anyway, it's just like the game itself. And once you put the cards in the hopper, it goes down into the dispenser. And if you want to look at the dispenser as the shuffler and dealer, because whenever you go up to the dispenser, each dispenser shuffles and goes differently. So you get a different card each time. So it's not the same, no matter what order they're in. So that's something else with the cards.
And one thing too I want to add with the dispensers, it doesn't really matter where your cards go. It's not like they're ordered 1 through 9 or 1 through 40, whatever. It's just make sure that dispensers 1 through 4 are filled, and then number 5 will just have the excess. And just make sure that it's done that way so that it can kind of stay randomized.
Also, you will see, I know you covered this with the signs, but I thought I'd say this just in case they didn't see the signs. Once you enter your room, you are stuck in your room. You can't go back out, and there's no pressure plate, no button, that's it. So you're in. And then once you go back out to the lobby, you are here. So there's the chance to either stay in the lobby or stay in your room, or if you want to join everybody else's company and join in on the fun in the game, then do the pressure plate. But be warned, if you decide not to play, then you're stuck on the board, because it's just like back in your room. There's no pressure plate or button or anything here, so you're stuck. We will be, if you join in on this map and play, we will be on host privileges and be taking away the mining ability, because we don't want people breaking glass and
destroy our map.
Yeah.
So, because we're not going to be around to watch everything, we trust that people playing this will have the courtesy and the responsibility to make the game fair and fun for everybody, and not ruin the work that we've done. And so, but just to make sure that there aren't any trollers, or that every once in a while we get a bad egg, we don't want people to have the opportunities to mess up the game for other people or to destroy our work. So we are going to have restrictions on, which, yeah, it might make it a little more frustrating, but we're doing that so that we can ensure that the game stays fun and that our work doesn't get destroyed.
However, even though you won't be able to mine, you still will be able to fly, sail, and set down your stuff. So you will be able to do other stuff in, just the basic stuff. You just won't be able to mine and have the ability to destroy stuff. So, because like my friend Flouge here, there's always that one person that will come in and be that bad egg and try and think he's being funny or fun and just start destroying stuff. So, and we don't really want to take that chance when we spent so much time on this. Because we believe, and we've done our research, that we're the first people ever to do this and make something this accurate and playable at the same time on Minecraft, whether it's on computer or any console or anything like that. So
yeah, thanks for watching this video. If you have any other questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments, and I'll get to those as soon as I can off of our channel. There's also a group or a page on Facebook called Flouge Live, and also a group on PlayStation Network that allows me to stay kind of in communication with letting people know what's going on when we're going to stream or some things, and it won't always be just Minecraft stuff. But I'm going to put everything on there, anything that's kind of associated on my channel, just to help communicate. And we are going to work on putting this on a public server if we can, though if we have to be able to choose this map specifically, we might just have to have you guys send friend requests. We'll add you, and then you guys can get in as a friend and play this game with your friends. So we are going to work out the fine details, and we're excited to be able to share this with you and let you guys play this.
We're, as always, try and remember to like and subscribe, and we are accepting any suggestions that you guys might want to see us build. We already have one suggestion from somebody, and so we are accepting suggestions, like I said, that you might want to see us build, like whether it be a major castle from Dark Souls or another major game um, that's lifelike like this, life size, whatever. So just send in your request, we'll look at it, and we'll get to it when we have the chance.
All right, so yeah, thanks for watching, and we will see you folks later.
See ya.